and we will be calling the Wayne Westland Board of Education meeting for Monday, March the 16th to order. We have students from Taft, I just said it.
Galloway.
Taft, Galloway, Isaiah Morgan, and Joy Reed leading us in the pledge today.
Joy Red.
Joy Red.
Come on up here. I know you guys are nervous. We're gonna turn around, okay? You're gonna hold this for you and Isaiah. And you are gonna start by saying 1, 2, 3.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with all.
Good job, guys.
Stay right there, I'm coming down.
Mr. Cox, would you like to introduce both Isaiah and Joy?
This is Isaiah Morgan. He's in the 5th grade. And this is Joy Red. She's in the 5th grade. And at this time, do I read what they wrote? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we wrote this together, so I'm going to read this on behalf of our students. I'm going to start with Isaiah. Good evening to the Board of Education and the audience. My name is Isaiah Morgan from the world's greatest elementary school, home of the Taft Tigers. This year, I'm in 5th grade, and my teacher is Mrs. Comerson. I think that she is the best teacher because she helps me get ready for 6th grade and helps me get ready to become a middle schooler. My favorite things about going to Taft are learning from my teachers and playing with my friends at recess. I love basketball, and I got to play for Taft, and it was really fun. I am super thankful for my coach, Mrs. Torrey. In my free time, I like to play games and do puzzles. When I grow up, I would like to be a doctor or a police officer because my mom is a police officer, and my mom wanted me to become a doctor. I would like to thank my dad, my grandmother, and my mom for raising me, helping me, and teaching me how to become a responsible person. Let's give it up for Isaiah Morgan. All right, and I'm going to read on behalf of Joy. Good evening to the Board of Education and the audience. My name is Joy Red from the world's greatest elementary school, home of the Taft Tigers. This year I am in 5th grade, and I'm in Mrs. G is my teacher. I think she is a really good teacher. In my free time, I like to call my best friend Peyton and talk on the phone. I also like to play games and watch TV. The reason why I like being a Taft Tiger is because this school is awesome. I would never know what to do without Taft. Our teachers teach us so much, and I have learned so much. This year, I was on the girls' basketball team and cheer team, and I absolutely love being part of both. When I grow up, I would like to be a teacher or a nurse or both. I would like to thank my mom, my dad, my sister, my grandma, my great-grandmother, my cousins, Taft staff, and my friends. Can we please give it up for Miss Joy Red?
Mr. Cox, did you have anything to do with the first part of those readings about Taft being the greatest school in the world?
Well, I'll talk about that during my presentation.
Okay.
Absolutely. But I'll just ask these two a question in front of you guys. Who are we?
Taft Tigers!
There it is.
Turn around.
Turn your certificates around. Perfect.
Great job, guys. We're going ahead and getting started?
We're going to do roll call first.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you're on.
I just want to say to the families, thank you for coming, and you are free to leave. Know you had a long day and everything, so you don't have to stay for the whole meeting. Thank you. You're welcome.
Nice job.
Next on the agenda is roll call, Mrs. Hines.
Mr. Ambrose,
Present.
Ms. Amity Mitchell,
Present.
Dr. Weaver,
Present.
Ms. Hines present, Mr. Cox.
Present.
Roshan,
Not here.
Absent.
and President May.
She is on her way.
Okay, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a quorum. So 5-2.
Next on the agenda is recognitions and presentations. We did that already, so now we can have
Oh.
building updates.
No,
No, what?
they have to do the presentation.
Oh, that's the president. Oh, well, I'm thinking of, recognition. I was thinking of the certificates. I'm sorry.
So, welcome, Mr. Cox.
Good
We're
evening,
ex-
everybody.
We're excited to have you here.
My name is Brandon Cox. I'm the proud principal of the world's greatest elementary school, home of the Taft Tigers. And before I get started, I want to say two things. One, I was told that I needed to limit this to 8 slides. I do not have 8 slides, but then they said, Brandon, you have to be under 10 minutes. So I got you there. All right, here we are. I'm going to talk about why we're the world's greatest elementary school. First and foremost, on April 12th, it'll be my 8-year anniversary at Taft. When I came into Taft, I came from a community called River Rouge. I was a building principal there for 10 years. I walked into Taft and I saw absolute chaos. This is before I decided to even take the position. I was like, you know what? I'm sold. But then I thought to myself, what does this building, what does this community need? And I thought that they needed something to buy into. So what would they buy into? So I named us the world's greatest elementary school. Immediately, I came up with the Taft Tiger logo with the world, and then created world's greatest elementary school. And one of the first things that I did was make sure that every single student understood our expectations, understood what we were trying to do, all the parents to understand, and I made sure that every student got a t-shirt for free so they would buy into being part of the world's greatest elementary school. So I'm going to talk about some things. Our school demographics. The total number of our students in Taft are 422. But this number changes frequently because we are the only elementary school inside of Wayne Westland that houses students from the shelters such as Samaritas and First Steps. We have 18 general education classrooms. We have 2 ASD resource classes. We have 72 students who are receiving special education services, whether they're in the ASD program or they're in the resource room program. And in the resource room program is where they are either pulled out and work on their individualized skills through their IEP, or sometimes the teachers are able to push in and work with those students. We have 89 students at Taft that are receiving speech. We have 8 students that are multilingual serviced. The rest were moved to Walker Winter a few years ago, but we still have 8 that are housed at Taft. We are a very diverse community at Taft. We have 42.4% African American, 42.9% Caucasian, 6.2% Hispanic, 0.2% Middle Eastern, 6.6% multi-ethnic, and 1.7% Native American. Next, our attendance. Our average daily attendance rate for the 422 students is at 83.44%. This is something that we are constantly working on. We have a very transient population in the area that we service. We are constantly trying to make sure that we reach these kiddos so they understand that they need to be in school. We tell their parents that they need to be in school. They have an 86.77% SIS rate. The difference between the two numbers are how many stay for a full day and how many may be late for school or leave from school early. We do unfortunately have a 22% chronic absenteeism rate, but that is a 3.5% decrease from last year. One of the things that we're also really working on is tardiness. We have an average weekly tardies of 14.36. Our attendance goals and way to increase overall attendance. We have PBIS assemblies, we have attendance assemblies, and we love to celebrate at Taft. We turn every one of our assemblies into a celebration. We celebrate the kids that are there. We celebrate the ones that try to be there. We try to give them Just like our students that were up there getting their awards, we celebrate those kids. Not only do we take those pictures of the kids that are there and get good attendance, we post them on a board right outside. So everybody that walks on their way to the cafe every day gets to see a picture of those students who are making the effort to get there. So we also want them to look and say, oh, wow, well, Brandon Cox is on there. Mom, you know, why am I not at school? So it gives them incentive as to why they would want to be there. But also, we do things such as home visits. I don't know that we're even allowed to, but we do it. We will knock on their door. I will show up into the trailer park or into one of their apartment units and say, hey, what's going on? I send my attendance coordinator, who is also my parent coordinator, to knock on doors. We make phone calls on a regular basis. I send out newsletters and dojo messages all the time. It's wonderful to have our attendance coordinator, and I think that is super important, and that is something that I've been fighting for district-wide for the 8 years that I've been here. Our overall attendance goal is the school will improve overall student attendance by strengthening social emotional learning supports with a focus on building student belonging, self-management, and engagement by June of 2026. What do I want to say about that? I want our students to understand that we want them there. And I want them to go home to their parents and they want to be there. So they fight with their parents. I'm sorry, Mom, Dad, I'm sorry that you didn't get enough sleep. I need to be in school. It is important for me to be in school. So that's part of our goal, to instill it in the children so they can bring it to their parents. And then not only are they hearing it from us and in the newsletters and things like that, but to really push Mom and Dad, hey, get us to school, it's important. For student well-being, our school supports the whole child through the strong focus on social emotional learning, mental health, physical health, and positive school climate initiatives. My life skills teacher teaches a wonderful curriculum. It's called Trails Life Skills, where it teaches character education through social emotional learning lessons. And those students are taught explicit character traits and are recognized for demonstrating those positive character traits and positive character behaviors. And that contributes to our overall improved behavior and emotional well-being at our school. Mental health supports are provided by our school psychologist, our social worker, our parent coordinator, and Care Solace. We have 8 students who are currently receiving mental health services, and 10 students have been assisted so far this year. However, Care Solace has had 236 communications with Taft families with the following as the top mental health supports. Number 1, anxiety, then trauma, disruptive, ADHD, and then autism. Physical health needs are supported through access to free breakfast and lunch, as well as healthy snack options. But we take that a step further. I'll talk about some of our experiences because to me, that's the most important thing at Taft before academics, before attendance, is the experiences that these kids get to have, and I'll talk about how that ties into all of this. But we want to make sure that they have physical and mental health, so we provide them with every single opportunity. We go out and get people to donate for our clothing closet, for our food closet, for our pantry, to make sure that these kids know that Taft Galloway are going to wrap our arms around these kiddos with everything we got to make them feel like they are a part of the world's greatest elementary school. We also do school-wide initiatives such as PBIS, which is Positive Behavior Intervention and Support, and then we do a Tiger Ticket program where we hand out positive tickets for students who are caught doing the right thing. Then they have an opportunity to come and trade their ticket in for prizes on a cart, and they are celebrated in our lunchroom in front of everybody every single Wednesday, and they celebrate by everyone is wiggling their fingers so everyone's not shouting the entire time. Student achievement. This is our NWEA math growth data. It shows a 3-year set of data. What does NWEA do? It is a projected growth of where they should be on a national norm level. Well, most of our kids have come with deficits, and we are playing the catch-up game. And I think that our staff does an outstanding job of providing the students with the tools necessary to grow and get where they need to be. So this is the longitudinal data over 3 years. I would like to see it be a little bit better, but I think every building principal would always want to see their data be a little bit better. And if you notice in math, it has been around the same year after year, slightly going up or down year by year. But we are now implementing an iReady math program, and I believe in it. Not a lot of administrators can say, you know, like, I just believe in a program. But I walk the walk. I go into classrooms every single day. They're probably like, why is this man in my classroom again? Because I want to see that what they're doing is working. So we have checks that we have to do, checks and balances from people in the CIA department. So I have a responsibility in making sure that we are doing our checks for iReady Math or really great reading and things like that. And I want to make sure that they are hitting the targets that they're supposed to hit. Are they turning in talking? Are they having the math talks? Are they having the discussion? And they're not just learning from their teacher, they're learning from the peers. And I think that that is awesome. Another one for our student achievement NWEA reading growth. If you notice, this is a 3-year longitudinal data as well. Well, actually, if you look at it this way, it's latitudinal, but longitudinal for the time being. Anyways, if you notice, we took a dip in 24-25 in our growth. So we hit it hard this year. We knew that we took a dip, and we went from 47% to 58% of people meeting their goal. We're constantly looking at our data. Our data is extremely important to us, but Brandon Cox and Taft Galloway doesn't just focus on things such as NWEA. What I would like to really focus on is the next set of data. We have had really great reading that has been brought into our district, and every building, all 10 of our elementaries have been doing this. And this is called the Taft Oral Fluency Growth from Cycle 1 to Cycle 2. What this means is this is the ability to read accurately at a proper speed and expression to bridge the gap between decoding and comprehension. So not only are students seeing the words, now they're starting to really understand what the words mean. And I think that that has been a downfall in math in the past, because a lot of times the kids can't read the story problems. So if they can't read the story problems and they don't know what they're being asked of, then they're not going to be able to accomplish what their goal is. But now that we've been doing really great reading, I really see growth. And looking at these bars, you're going to be like, well, what is that? I'm going to explain it to you. The red requires intensive supports, okay? That means you have to have an MTSS coordinator, you have to have interventionists, you have to have paraprofessionals working with individual kids in order to master those skills. Yellow means they mean some support, and green means they need little to no support. So in the grand scheme of these things, second grade, from the beginning to the middle, they have went from 38% of the students to 48% in one cycle having the ability to read fluently. And in third grade, we went from 27% to 48%. In fourth grade, we went from 51% to 80%. And in fifth grade, we went from 63% to 78%. Now I'm going to continue to talk about some of our RGR, which was really great reading, and talk about closed syllable growth from cycle 2 to cycle 2, from last year to this year. And what does that mean? So I'll make it really simple for you. We're talking about consonant, vowel, consonant words, right? And if you looking at this, it's not easy to pay attention to or look at, but in second grade, they went from 75% to 87% mastery in one academic year. In third grade, they went from 84% to 89%. In fourth grade, they went from 91 to 97%. In fifth grade, we did have a slight dip, but we had a large influx of students that came from another district. So we have identified the students that need those additional supports, and they are going to be in our MTSS program, and those are the ones that are going to get those supports so they can get to where they need to be. Here's where it gets fun for me. I think that Taft creates experiences for our kids that are beyond monumental. I think the things that we do at Taft, our kids will never forget them as long as they live. I'm going to talk about 2 or 3 because I know I'm on a time limit. I know you guys have to go into interviews and things of that nature. But I just want to give you an example. Trunk or treat. We have 422 students, right? I already told you guys that. We had over 2,000 people show up to our trunk or treat. Former students from everywhere come over to Taft. Students from Franklin ask and beg, can they be a part of it? Can they help distribute candy? Can they dress up? We have students that come from Wayne Memorial that are all a part of it. So to have a trunk or treat that is so big and so massive is just unbelievable. But that's not the good one. Here's the good one. We create a turkey trot and a Thanksgiving feast where every student runs or walks a mile in the morning, and then we have a fully 100% donated Thanksgiving dinner. I'm talking full turkey, mashed potato, stuffing, gravy, you name it, yams, dessert, water, and we sit down and have family-style Thanksgiving. Why? Because not every kid might have it at home, but they will have it at Taft Galloway. Our staff is so incredible. They really take things beyond experiences. We talk about holidays around the world. We were able to celebrate holiday traditions all around the world. How do we do that? We created something called Taft Takes Off. We created this experience where these kids got a passport. They got a boarding pass. We created a TSA experience where we hired our students to wand them and make sure that they could get through security, to make sure that their boarding pass was stamped, to know that they were going to go in and be a part of this wonderful experience and know that they were going to go fly around the world. One thing that I would have really have liked was to be able to create it on a green screen. That didn't quite work out, but we had this gentleman came in and he sung all of these traditional songs from all over the world, whether it be Africa, China, places in Europe, very specific countries. And then they would talk about the traditions and why it was important. And then he would ask the students, well, why was it important to you? So on and so forth. Those were 3 that I wanted to showcase, but I have to name them all. We were creating science, technology, engineering, and mathematics snowman activities. We had Santa come and read to every single class. When we talk about embracing the whole child and making sure that they're healthy and they have everything that they need, we had the Christmas Fitness Challenge where students learned about the importance of fitness through Christmas-themed events. Here's the big one. Pistons fundraiser. Ladies and gentlemen, we raised enough money, my staff raised enough money to send every basketball player, boys basketball team, girls basketball teams, and cheerleaders to the Pistons game. Not only did we provide them with the tickets by the donations that we got, we provided their families the opportunity to go with them for free as well. Not only did our staff do that for them, and initially we had 15 kids that were going to be on the floor with the Pistons during the national anthem. We just got a call this morning because we had Hooper, the Detroit Pistons mascot, in our school kicking off March's Reading Month this morning. I got the call immediately after. Mr. Cox, not only can you have your 15 kids with the Pistons, you can have 15 more kids with the New Orleans Pelicans as well during the national anthem. And it will be celebrated, and it'll say on all the billboards in all of Little Caesars Arena, Taft Galloway, world's greatest elementary school, with over 200 families there.
Wow.
We also have Jim Basketball Jones. He will be there celebrating. We have the credit union come in to teach our students about managing money and checkbooks and understanding finance. We had DTE come in and teach students about electricity and gases as well as electrical and gas safety. Our kiddos are so cool that they're able in kindergarten to program Dash robots, and that's led by Mr. McGowan in media. And then we have a new program that's coming up, and this is going to be throughout our entire district is going to be 5th grade Olympics, and I see Taft coming home with gold. And even if they don't, I don't care, but I'm gonna make them think that they're gonna come home with gold. Points of pride. I'm a proud principal. I'm proud of every single person in my building that gives their all every day to our kids. I'm proud of every kid that shows up every day and tries. Some of the things they ask us to list it, so community involvement and partnerships such as Wayne Rotary and First Congressional Church in Wayne, Bright Futures and Champions and Lanterns Church of Wayne. I didn't even think that I was going to talk about this. Last year, Lanterns bought every single student. They asked me, Mr. Cox, we have $8,000 we want to donate to Taft. What do you want to do with it? I said, buy every kid $20 or $25 worth of books at our Scholastic Book Fair. No problem. Here you go. So they couldn't do that this year. They didn't raise that much money. I was able to write it into our Title I funds, and every one of our kids got to get $25 worth of books at our book fair last week. I'm proud to have a student council. I'm proud that we have student-produced daily video announcements. I'm proud that we have partnerships with flag football and elementary cheerleading, basketball, and soccer. I don't think people realize how monumental it is to give kids experiences at a young age and to be celebrated by their parents and everybody else that they play for the Taft Tiger team and that they're the world's greatest elementary school and people are cheering for them. I'm proud that we have Safeties and Service Squad, and we pride ourselves on giving students the unique experience that were listed on the previous slide. So I just want to show you guys, I didn't want to do all kinds of pictures, but if you look closely, look at these kids' faces. This is our Thanksgiving feast, just how happy and wonderful. And I'll tell you what, our kids were perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Please and thank you. We're so appreciative. They hugged everybody. And the STEM Center, Karen, what was her last name? Karen Dickelman. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, she heard about what we were doing, and she made us this wonderful piece of wood art about Taft Galloway and being a Taft family. So now that's on our podium at Taft. And then the next one is just, if you look really closely in the bottom right, you can see that there's a TSA and everyone's lining up to go to the gym. In the upper right, there's a passport and a boarding pass. And you can see that my teachers sat there and cut out every single student's picture and wrote in all of their bio information to make sure that they had that experience. And then they decorated the walls, like we're at gate TA01. All of the staff members had a specialized Taft t-shirt. They bought me that captain's hat that I had to wear all day. And then not only did they do that, they bought them for the students, and you can tell in the bottom right that it is student-led. So when I ask, who are we? We are the world's greatest elementary school. And if you look right here, we had this mural painted a little over a year ago. That's the same design that I designed, but I took it a step further. We went and took every single kid's hand in our school and we dipped it in paint and we put it on the wall, and then we painted it and sealed it to make sure that it stays forever, to show the diversity of our community and to show that they were once part of the world's greatest elementary school. If you have any questions, I'm here.
Yeah, I just had a couple of comments. Oh my gosh, you're doing such an amazing job out there.
But it's not me, it's our team.
The team. So I'm super excited. There's a couple of resources I would love to connect you guys with the homeless children and the First Step. There's an organization called Haven Homes of Detroit, and they help women in trafficking and domestic violence. What they do is they buy houses for them, and they live there for free for 24 to 48 months. And there's another place called Sanctum House, and they did a presentation, and they help people in that area. And I actually would like to partner with you. So I'm the president of the Wayne Weston Kiwanis Club, and we give out free books. We go to this warehouse downtown, and they give us out 100 free books. So I'll give you a pamphlet with that, and then maybe you guys, because Wayne Weston's already a part of it, but just to come out to your school and get those free books, we'll definitely do that for you.
Please do. I welcome every single one of you. We have an open door policy. I would love to see your faces. The kids would love to see your faces.
Yeah, because we have 50 kids at John Glenn High School, and they have service projects through the Kiwanis. So maybe I can get you guys connected with the kids and do projects with the kids at the elementary.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
I've been to TAF earlier last year, beginning of the school year. Had a wonderful time at TAF. When they start going outside, because I told the boys and the fifth grade boys
They're gonna hold you to it.
that I'll
They
be
asked.
there. I'll be back because they were like, "Are you coming on the playground with us to play football?" And
Well, I had to
I said,
ban
well,
football from them because they get to tackling and a two-hand touch is too rough. But if
Right.
they have a board member leading and he's the official quarterback, I'll be happy to be on the other team.
We can work something out. We can work
Yes,
something
sir.
out. But I definitely want to come out. So when you guys start having recess again, please let me know so I can come out and fulfill my obligations as the
I'll shoot you an email.
quarterback.
Yeah, all right.
But great, a lot of school spirit there. When I came to visit, saw the school spirit, I was really impressed with the safeties, how they assisted other students in the lunchroom. Great job. I had a couple questions about the slide. I know you said you have 2 ASD classrooms.
We do.
Are we going to continue with those classrooms? I heard that we may be letting those classrooms go.
I will.
Transitioning those classrooms into other things?
I will leave that to the special ed department and human resources to answer
Okay.
that for you, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Well, I can answer that. Yeah. You wanna go or I can go?
I don't think that that's.
Yeah, I can,
I don't want to
refer
speak
to
out of
the-
turn, but I don't think that
I
now is the
can
time.
refer to HR. I can talk to you afterwards.
I'm just a parent just trying to voice my opinion because I don't like that they closed the special education department because my daughter go to town and she's been going there since
Okay,
kindergarten.
I'm sorry, this is not the time for that. You can get on the agenda and voice your opinion.
Okay.
Sorry. Any more comments or?
Last comment is that you're doing a great job. I look forward to being back over there and playing outside with the kids during lunchtime.
Thank you. Again, it's not me, it's my team. It wouldn't be TAF without the team, for sure.
Mr.
I
Cox?
remember when you were hired, and you were high energy that night.
Yes, sir.
You're every bit high energy right now.
I don't know how, because I'm old, man.
No, you're not. I know you think you are, because you're just the oldest you've been. But trust me, it's gonna get worse. So thank you for all your efforts, much appreciated.
Absolutely.
And thank you for your efforts towards tardy and no-shows. That's really important for those kids, and I know you know that, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any more comments or? I would just like to say I enjoyed the presentation. I have met you several times personally, and I think that you do a good job. And thank you to your staff and, you know, our students that make it great. And I have to agree with you, the world's greatest elementary school.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda, we have citizens' comments on agenda items only. Any comments on agenda items? We have any, Ms. Hines, no? No. Well, we'll move on to consent agenda. Ms. Hines, you wanna do roll call?
We need a motion first.
We need a motion for a consent agenda.
moved.
Support.
Roll call, Ms. Hines, please.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Roshan?
Yes.
Ms. Hines? Yes. Dr. Weaver?
Yes.
Mr. Ambrose?
Yes.
Ms. Abney Mitchell?
Yes.
And Ms. May is, she'll be here but absent, so it'll be 6-0.
Okay. So we moving on. Next on the agenda, we have. Do we do business and finance? Business and finance.
The Finance and Facility Committee meeting was called to order on Thursday, March 5th at 5:30 p.m. with the following attendants: Mr. Ambrose, Mr. Cox, Dr. Jefferson, Ms. Markey, and community member Ms. Grace. Ms. Abney Mitchell was excused. We heard from Dr. Jefferson regarding a new professional development program for the district called Capturing Kids' Hearts. The cost of this program will not exceed $642,300 and would be charged to both the Title II and 31 AA grant funds. The district has been given approval from the Michigan Department of Education to utilize these specific grants for funding. Dr. Jefferson will go into a little bit more detail about this tonight, but if approved, training would start this summer and will include at some point training not just for district employees but also for board members.
Okay.
We
Go ahead, you finish.
We then heard from Ms. Markey, who is filling in for Ms. Claire, where we reviewed the state aid report, the check register, and investment accounts. It was reported that the district had a successful bond sale. There was more interest than anticipated, so the interest rate we would pay will be less. Also, of significance, our bond rating increased to an A-. We then had brief comments from Mr. Cox and myself, and the meeting was adjourned at 6:15 p.m. A supplemental Finance and Facility Committee meeting was held on Wednesday, March 11th, with the following in attendance: Mr. Ambrose, Mr. Cox, Ms. Abney Mitchell, Dr. Cost, Mr. Beebe, Ms. Claire, and Ms. Markey. The first item brought up was the purchase of Chromebooks. Mr. Beebe is requesting that the district purchase 939 Chromebooks for elementary and middle schools, with the funds coming from Title I grants. Additionally, he would like to purchase an additional $2 million in Chromebooks using our latest bond. The devices will be used to support classroom instruction, digital learning platforms, online assessments, and equitable access to instructional resources for all students in the district. The second request was for the purchase of a new IT security system service from Presidio Adaptive Security. This is an AI-driven cyber solution, including advanced protection, network firewalls, layered defense strategies, and interactive testing. The cost for the first year is going to be $27,999, and the total cost over 3 years would be $83,997, all coming from the general fund. We then heard a few comments from Dr. Cost and no comments from either the public or board members, and the meeting was adjourned at 5:31.
Thank you very much. So we make a motion for your,
No,
no, that's it?
that's it.
Okay, next on the agenda will be, if I get back to it. We will hear from Dr. Jefferson.
Thank you. As presented at the March Finance and Facilities Committee meeting, I am requesting the board approve the purchase of Capturing Kids' Hearts. It's a professional development training. It's a research-based program, and it's designed to improve school culture, reduce behavior issues, boost academic performance. It focuses on emotional connection and belonging, which we all know is kind of the cornerstone of kind of the emphasizing what students need before they can learn. It emphasizes building positive relationship. It uses a research-based Excel training model and implemented student-led social contracts. It creates a self-managing, respectful, and safe classroom. Trainings will begin with the district staff if approved this June and August, and the proposal is for a very all-encompassing training. Bus drivers, secretaries, teachers, paraprofessionals. It's really Board of Education administrators, something that the district can hold on to as a complete training, and it's very applicable to people even that work outside the classroom but have contact with students. So I'm super excited about this opportunity. The total cost of the training will not exceed $642,300. It is not at any charge to the general fund. This is completely covered by Title II funds, 31 AA grant funds, and those have been pre-approved by the Michigan Department of Education, as Capturing Kids' Hearts is well recognized by that organization.
Any comments?
Recommend approval. I make a motion approval.
Support?
Support.
Comments?
So
Thank you.
we talked about this at the meeting, and I actually did reach out to the school district I graduated from that was listed in the Department of Education letter to you. And they love it. One of my friends who I graduated with is a teacher in Lincoln Park, and they haven't been doing it for long, but he goes, it's made it easier to connect with kids, and so I'm for this.
Can we get, any more comments?
I guess I'd just like to say that, like the other board members, I've been in the school buildings over the years, and this is how we treat our children right now. When I was listening in the meeting of what it offers for Wayne Westland personnel, I think is a refresher, because I think it's wonderful the way that we treat students in the hallway, in the classroom, and in the school district, and I'm glad that we're making a commitment for this, but it's nothing new for us, I don't think.
And how long would the training take?
It's a 2-day training in its inception, but there is follow-up, and they build teams within to support long-term. And it would be something we would look to scale when new staff comes on board as part of their new teacher onboarding or new staff onboarding as well.
Okay, so the staff that we have present now, what's the timetable if this is approved for them getting training?
The teaching staff and paraprofessional staff would do August 20th and 21st. Those are 2 full PD days. And administrative staff, bus drivers would start earlier in June. We're using 2 funding cycles to get that all in, and also looking at people's contracts when they need to be at work. Like the administrators are still here in June, whereas teachers, they'll be done, and so we'll get them in August. And it's most applicable right before the school year starts, because it kind of kicks off your school year.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can we get a roll call vote?
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to add really quick, kind of piggybacking off of what Mr. Cox said. While this is how we treat children every day in our schools, I know we've heard a lot of conversations just around how the needs of kids have changed, how different needs have increased. And so with that being said, I think this is good and important to help keep us abreast of those needs, to help keep our staff abreast of the needs of children and the ways to respond, right? Because we've all talked so much about how just through the pandemic, so many things have changed, right? And the needs of kids have changed, the needs of our families have changed. And so being able to be better equipped to deal with some of those challenges, I think is awesome. So thank you for this.
And the consistency to have something that, when you have such a large school district, something that every building can be grounded in, and every department and transportation, having that be systemic is really important. As kids move through the system, they're hearing that same message. The consistency behind it is very powerful in my experience from other districts.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we hear so much how kids has changed. These kids ain't the same like the other ones, as where they changed, but we haven't changed. So we just still the same person, adults with our beliefs and things, and they the one that's still growing and learning new things. So it's us, and the training will be excellent. That's all I have. We can do a roll call vote. Ms. Hines?
Okay. Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Rashawn?
Yes.
Ms. Hines, yes. Dr. Weaver?
Yes.
Mr. Ambrose?
Yes.
Ms. Abney Mitchell?
Yes.
President May?
Yes.
7-0, motion passes.
Thank you. Turn it back over to me.
Go ahead.
You were doing a great job. We are now at the recommendation to approve the purchase of Chromebooks. I see Dr. O'Philly listed.
Miss Claire is going to step in.
Perfect. Thank you.
For a little bit. As Daryl Beebe presented at the mini finance committee meeting on March 11th, the district is seeking approval to purchase Chromebooks to ensure students and staff have access to reliable and modern technology that supports teaching, learning, and innovation. Approval of this purchase will allow the district to secure devices at the current market prices, helping protect its purchasing power and maximize the number of devices that can be acquired before anticipated price increases. I recommend the Board of Ed approve the purchase of Chromebooks with $2 million funded through bond funds, our new bond, and $260,215.68 funded through Title I. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Looking for a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. Discussion?
Discussion.
Yes, Ms. Hines.
Yeah, so thank you so much for jumping on that ahead of time, because with the things going on now and the prices to be a drastic increase, I think it's really good for us to go ahead and take care of that now. And two, it saves us money in paper too. When we have a lot of things electronic, we're not using a lot of paper and things of that nature. So it saves the district money as well. So yeah, I think that'll be something we need to jump on.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mrs. Hines, please call roll.
Dr. Weaver,
No.
Mr. Cox,
Yes.
Mr. Ambrose,
Yes.
Mr. Rashawn,
Yes.
Ms. Abney Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Hines, yes. President May,
Yes.
motion passes 6-1.
Thank you. Next, we're at the recommendation to approve the purchase of Adaptive Security Elite Enhancement Technology and Safety Systems. Mrs. Claire.
As Daryl Beebe presented at the mini finance committee meeting on March 11th, the district seeking approval for a one-year agreement for services with Presidio Adaptive Security. It's actually a 3-year agreement, isn't it?
Yes.
Approval of this investment will provide AI-driven cybersecurity solutions, including advanced protection, network firewalls, layered defense strategies, and interactive testing to strengthen the district's security posture. I recommend the Board of Ed approve the purchase. The first year payment is $27,999 with a total investment of $83,997 to be funded through the general fund. Thank you for your consideration.
Move approval.
Support.
Thank you. Discussion?
Discussion.
I just, yeah, oh, go ahead.
Mrs. Hines and then Mrs. Abney Mitchell.
Yes, I think this is a really good idea to invest in this, because with the cybersecurity and that problem we had not too long ago, trying to get everything back online, we definitely want to make sure we have top-notch security when it comes to our systems. We don't really want to play around with that, because that can cost us a lot of money in the long run if we don't invest in it.
Thank you. Mrs. Abney Mitchell.
And I just want to say, in our, we talked more about this in our finance committee meeting, but security is very important to the district. And I'm agreeing in this because even as it was explained to us, they could take a picture of Mr. Beatty and send it to us saying, and giving us orders. When it wouldn't even be him, it would be AI. So I am very appreciative of this, and I'm very appreciative of him explaining to us how it works and everything. So thank you very much.
Anyone else? All right. Thank you. Mrs. Hines, will you please call roll?
Ms. Abney Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Ambrose,
Yes.
Ms. Hines, yes. Mr. Rashawn,
Yes.
Mr. Cox,
Yes.
Dr. Weaver,
Yes.
President May,
Yes.
motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. We are now at the interim superintendent goal update. So this is where we receive a goal update from Dr. Cost 2 times a year. And so we did that early on, I believe in November, and then December we had mid-year progress update. And now we're at our update for March. So with that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Cost.
Thank you. For those of you in the audience, it is a requirement that every administrator be evaluated, and the superintendent position is no different. So we are going through the MASB superintendent evaluation process, and I am pleased to just give you a little snapshot. I know you have a long evening, so I'm going to keep my comments rather short. but just reflect on the work that's been done since December when we met last. So it's exciting to know that work on the bond has begun. We've been having some furniture meetings. We've been walking sites for the new marquees. And so we're wanting to get that those things into students' hands and into the community as soon as we can. And that's very, very exciting. Our bonds have sold. We had an increase bond rating, and that helped us get a higher price for them, which in turn yielded more money for us. So that was good news. Winter sports are winding down. Spring sports are trying to start. At least there's no snow on the ground here. That's good. We've called 4 snow days. I'm hoping that's the last of them. And it's been a good continuation after our midwinter break. So in September, the board and I set 2 goals, and then in December we added a 3rd one. And I'm just going to give you some brief bullet points on the progress towards those. So the first goal was to develop common assessments in K-5 math and ELA, 6th through 12th grade in core subjects by June of 2026. And I want to just tell you why that is so important. It's important because we want a similar experience from one school to another school. We want a similar experience for our students from one classroom to another one. The data that we get from these common assessments informs how teachers move from day-to-day instruction. Last of all, it's a way to compare how our students are measuring to state standards and state benchmarks. So there has been a lot of work done at the elementary, the middle school, and the high school level. The board received dashboards for all 3 of these levels. I am proud because we are following a research-based process where we identify the standards, we unpack them, we see if there's a balance of questions, a blueprint, and we are on track at all 3 of those levels to be done and complete with the work by June of 2026. So that has been exciting to see it unfold. There are more dates that the work will be completed, but it is on track. Goal number 2 was to develop a proactive marketing campaign for the community that focuses on the programs we offer. And this was sort of a, how do we tell our story? There are so many fascinating opportunities for students here in Wayne Westland, but how do we let the whole county know, the whole state know? So I am very appreciative of our communications team who has helped me launch a series called Did You Know? We've been highlighting different aspects of Wayne Westland throughout each month. For example, February was Kindergarten Roundup. March, I'm excited to introduce Madden, which I think he's going to get more likes than potentially any other one I've done. But we're going to tell the world about our dual enrollment program, our Upward Bound, STEM, CTC, so that families can be aware and ask questions and enroll students if that sounds appealing. There have been columns written in Learn, Know, and Grow, the Connections newsletter, which goes out to all of our community. We're messaging to students prior to them registering for classes. That is underway right now. I also had the opportunity to tour Kalamazoo's CTE building, which is really well known, and have some ideas for what we can continue here in terms of promotion and attracting students. In December, we added a 3rd goal, which is to create a campaign to increase enrollment. And a big part of that was analyzing the mobility report. That's a fancy word to know where our students are going to and where they're coming from. And we found some trends which will allow us to target those families to either bring them back to Wayne Westland schools or to invite new students to come and explore all the wonderful things we have to offer. I'm proud to say that through this marketing campaign, which we started 2 weeks ago, the key difference is that if a family says they are interested in Wayne Westland, within 24 hours they are contacted and they're asked if you would like more information, do you want a tour? What can we answer in terms of questions? So we have had 65 families that have been contacted and answered questions, set up tours, and we are on our way. We had kindergarten roundup last week. We don't have those final numbers in yet, but I know the preschool program had 94 registrations on the spot last Friday, and they are almost full. So I think there are good things down the road. We're certainly have a good grasp of it. In the weeks to come, we have 5th and 8th grade transition days. We have tours to WIA, CTC, and we are promoting our free athletics. So I am excited about the progress, and there's more good news to come.
Thank you. Are there any questions from board members for Dr. Haas at this point? No? I just have one follow-up question. I know we did kindergarten roundup
Friday.
Did we do an evening one also?
That has not happened yet.
Okay.
So
when will
there
that
are, I
happen?
think, 4 other dates to be had for parents, evening and during the day.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I'm sorry, Mrs. Hines.
Yes, I like the way you guys marketed with those yard signs like we did with the bond, like both of the colors at the schools, and let everybody know. It's really helps, in getting that information out. And so I actually kept mine. I like those in my car, but that's a really good way to promote and market it. Because even like with the election, technically we weren't like solicited, but not really. But just having that support with the yard signs on one side and the other, people know like, hey, be aware, it's open enrollment for the school. So that was really good branding for that. Thank you.
All right, thank you, and I do agree, that branding has been great, and I would love to see us make sure we get out those evening ones as well, so that the community knows.
Thank you.
So people don't think that, but
Right.
that was the only day that they could do their registration. Anyone else? All right, thank you so much, Dr. Cost, for all that you have been doing to keep our district moving forward and to move us forward in ways that we weren't necessarily moving originally, so thank you. Next on our agenda would be citizens' comments on non-agenda items. Do we have anything besides?
I don't see any up here. There was a lady earlier. I don't know if she's still here. Okay.
Can I say something?
Can you bring it the?
Your slip.
Yeah, the list. Thank you. It looks like we have one non-agenda. Ms. Dorothy.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Grace. My name's Dorothy C. Hagler. I've been a guest teacher through EduStaff for the past 16 years. I see classrooms throughout Wayne Westland Community School District daily. My second assignment in 2010 was in the special education classroom at Taft Galloway Elementary School. I have a unique opportunity to see the progress that these students make throughout elementary, middle, high school, upper elementary. But I was flabbergasted and devastated to hear that the district has notified the ASD rooms that it intends to relocate these students and staff. I have seen the struggles that other elementary schools that have not had the consistency of the teachers and paraprofessionals working with, and I think that's a support team, I do, support team working with these special education students. Please reconsider. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That is, those classrooms at Taft are some of the best thriving special education rooms. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. And we have Miss Natalie Morton, non-agenda question?
Hello. So I'm here to speak about the Taft Galloway ASD resource room closings. I don't believe there's any sense in the closing 2 completely full classrooms, other than to be vindictive and to have a power trip. Saying this move is for consolidation purposes is just not enough. especially when there are other options that are much more feasible. But because are not doing their jobs correctly, we had to contact our unions. After we did that, said student was moved to the EI program at Hamilton Elementary. A few weeks later, that is when we learned that our 2 full classrooms are being shut down and displaced. The kindergarten through 2nd grade ASD classroom is moving to Schweitzer, and the 3rd through 5th grade ASD classroom is moving to Hamilton. The real reason this classroom shut down is purely because do not like how our team advocate and care for our students, especially when we disagree with them. And they want to show that they have the power and they can do what they want. Unfortunately, many of these students and their families are going to be struggling with this transition to new schools and having new faces. I strongly suggest that an investigation be carried out. I, as well as many others, do not have the confidence in their ability to make decisions based on the student's best interest. I strongly speculate that there's a lot of misconduct and abuse of power within the special education department.
Thank you.
I have another one, Miss Casey, is it Dunford?
Yes, Cassie.
Cassie, I'm sorry, Cassie Dunford. Non-agenda item.
Hi, yes. I am a parent to 2 autistic children at Taft Galloway. I got the news 2 weeks ago through a phone call, totally blindsided, that my kids' classrooms would be closing. This has been absolutely devastating news. As you know, autistic kids rely on routine, consistency, and familiarity. And it is not okay with me or my children for this abrupt decision with nothing to back it up other than consolidation. If we want what's best for these students, it is being at their home school with the staff and support that they are familiar with. I cannot imagine the hard adjustment that my 2 children will go through being uprooted from their schools. Not to mention, I have 1 child in the lower ASD room and 1 in the upper ASD room, which causes conflicts of 2 different schools in which I would have to choose from. Sorry. And then also during this phone call, I get told that my daughter, who also has a one-on-one para in the ASD room, could lose her as well. So not only are you trying to uproot my children from everything they know, you're trying to take her only form of security through her parapro as well. My daughter had an adjustment period. She was at Wildwood and moved to Taft for the resource room, as I was told that would be the best environment for her, and it has. That adjustment alone took a little over a year for her to fully get used to everything. So the thought of her having to go through that again just absolutely breaks my heart. And I hope that we can reconsider the closing of these rooms and actually do what is best for these children, to be with the people that they love and care for them and that they are familiar with day in and day out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I have Candy, is it Halton? Candy Halton? Non-agenda item.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Candy Halton, and I'm the mother of Jasmine Hobson. I'm just going to read a few notes that I've been taking here because I've been trying to reach out for some support for quite some time. So I'm going to just make it brief. My daughter had some things to say, but I'm going to have her keep that to herself until we can actually have a formal meeting. So I want to begin by saying I did not come here for conflict. I came here because every parent expects their child to feel safe, supported, respected at school. Unfortunately, that has not been my experience at Wayne Memorial. Jasmine has always been a strong, confident young lady, and she can be extremely bold in the best ways. When I first enrolled when I first enrolled my children into Wayne Westland schools, Jasmine attended preschool at Stoudemire. Almost immediately after beginning at school, she came home crying one day and she asked, "Mom, why don't I see beautiful brown people that look like me?" Meaning she noticed lack of representation. As a parent, I was shocked that she noticed that at such a young age. At that time, I took the opportunity to educate her about why I chose this district and how important diversity in school is, how important diversity is on employment, and how important diversity is in life in general. I wanted her to understand that diversity helps us all grow, learn, and respect one another in our communities. Today, Jasmine is still that same strong and confident young person who knows who she is. She is active outside of school and carries herself with leadership and awareness about how she should be treated by others. However, over the past several months, I have reported multiple concerns regarding the treatment my daughter has received. Specifically, I reached out seeking help, solutions, and protection for my child, and hopefully I'm able to address these incidents at a later time, as I've emailed the entire board about this matter. Instead of receiving meaningful support, I have felt that my concerns were being dismissed and not properly addressed. As a result, my daughter has experienced significant emotional distress. She has come home crying, been suspended, feeling unsupported, unheard, need therapy. She's trying to cope at home, and she has been experiencing this all at school. No child should feel this way at school. As a parent, it's heartbreaking to watch your child suffer while feeling like her voice is not being heard by administrators who are responsible for protecting every student. I'm here today because when issues affect a student's well-being, I'm here today because when issues affecting a student's well-being cannot be resolved at a school level, the Board of Education becomes a place where accountability and oversight must happen. I respectfully ask the board to review this situation at a later time when we can discuss, or whoever you can maybe assign me to, someone that can be very responsive, someone that will have accountability and want to be, open to both parties. Let me finish. I'm trying to hurry up here. I want to ensure my daughter and every student can attend school in an environment where they feel safe and reported. Thank you for your time for this matter. I have 3 questions before I go sit down, because these are some of the things that I just don't understand. When an incident report is submitted by a student, what's the process after that? When a student or a parent report that their child have been sexually harassed on campus, what are the steps that happens after it's reported and an incident report is submitted? I reached out on multiple occasions to request a meeting, and yet have met with any school officials about any of these matters. I'm just wanting to know how we're going to protect every student the way I just sat in here and learned today. I heard about a principal talk about how great his school was, and I'm going to go ahead and take a seat. Go ahead. Thank you, baby.
Thank you. But we will ask, you had 3 questions. I heard you list 2. Would you put the 3rd question on your slip so that we have all your questions? Yeah. So that someone can follow up with you? Thank you. Are there any other comments?
Is there any other comments? I know some more people entered the room. Any other comments, non-agenda items? All right, looks like that's it.
All right, thank you. Next on our agenda, we have comments from our interim superintendent, Dr. Koss.
I know the board has some important work to do this evening, so I have no further comments.
Thank you. Review and recommendations from the Board of Education. I will start with Dr. Weaver.
Thank you, Madam President. Just one thing. Earlier, I voted no on the purchase of $2 million worth of Chromebooks. I realize that Chromebooks are important to our students. However, I would like to see more accountability as to how many of these are being broken, how many of these are out of service and why, and what we actually have in the district that's working. I think that is a legitimate request, because it seems like 4 or 5 times a year we're purchasing Chromebooks. And so where are they going? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Weaver. Mr. Roshan?
No comments.
Thank you. Mr. Ambrose?
Just one quick comment. I want to congratulate our Adams and John Glenn and Wayne Memorial instrumental music programs for a successful weekend at our Band and Orchestra Festival held at Wayne Memorial this weekend.
Thank you. Mrs. Abney Mitchell.
No comments tonight.
Thank you. Mrs. Hines.
Yes, I'd like to congratulate the students that did the Pledge of Allegiance, the excellent presentation from Taft Galloway. Just want to make a quick announcement. So March is Reading Month, so definitely get our kids some library books and read to our children. I am the president of the Wayne Westland Kiwanis Club, and we meet on the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday every month at the Westland Library at 5:30. Definitely support us. We have over 50 kids at John Glenn High School signed up, and I'm working to get them into like the elementary and the middle schools because we give out free books, and our goal is to help end literacy. So definitely, anybody can come out. Wayne Westland has a membership, so anybody in the district can come out, and just definitely like to support our kids with their reading month. And I'd like to congratulate the music department and our basketball teams and our other teams that have been doing a really good job. And that's it.
Thank you. Mr. Cox.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Thank you. And for me, I'd just like to say, piggybacking on what Mr. Ambrose and Mrs. Hines said in regards to congratulations to both our musical departments as well as our sports teams. And I am looking forward to our next phase of work, which is in selecting the superintendent. And I'm grateful for all the faces that I see out this evening. And with that, I move to our next agenda item around follow-up to Board of Education questions. Are there any that you had, Dr. Cox?
I do not.
All right. And with that, I will.
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
the questions that I asked during my recommendations, I'd like to get answers to.
Okay, so the way the follow-up to Board of Education questions are, she will follow up to those questions at the next meeting.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, all right. And with that, we are now at an adjournment. I will, looking for a motion to adjourn our meeting.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.